So we're going to talk about our Office Suite platform. Our Office Suite platform is a feature-rich UCaaS solution that's state-of-the-art, a little bit different than what you might have seen. We've got a very user-friendly, admin-friendly portal that makes it very simplistic for your customers to use. How many times have you had a customer calling you all the time, how do I do this feature? How do I click on this? Who's ever had that happen? Where they're calling you over and over again. We have so much training embedded within the portal and so many ways that they can click on a feature or a widget like these boxes you see right there, and it will tell them instantaneously what that feature does. We have little YouTube videos they can click on anywhere in the portal that it tells them what that exact item will do for them. We have training links built in the portal that you can send to a user and they can learn how to use that feature without you going through it with them. We actually have trainings that they can actually invite themselves to. So let's show you the Office Suite portal. By the way, this portal can be accessed anywhere 24/7 with an internet connection. We also have an Office Suite app that you can have on your phone, which I'll show you here. I go to my Office Suite app, I put in all my credentials, and I could be in Paris for vacation, and maybe I forgot to enable the override for my emergency call feature so that when they call my main number, all my calls go to another function. I can do that in a second right through this portal. We also have mobile phones where they can get a soft phone on the mobile phone, and they can have a soft phone on their desktop so that anytime they call the soft phone, it rings here as if they're calling my desk phone. And if I don't answer, where does it go? Whose voicemail? My voicemail. I can go to my work voicemail. And here's what's cool. You have 3 ways to get your voicemail. You get the standard voicemail, which could be on your mobile phone. It could be in the portal. You also get a desktop app that you can click on, or I get the WAV file, the MP3 that you've seen that comes your email. We also have a transcription. Who has an iPhone? Who's got a Droid with transcription? All right, got the same thing here. If you want to be able to read your voicemail, you can read it through your email. So if you're in a meeting, like we are here, where I saw one of you on your phone, where are you? All right, and you're reading your voicemail, you can read it instead of listening to it. So we do have that capability. So on the portal, the Office Suite platform here, in addition to what I'm going to show you, there are 5 things that come included with the service. These 5 things you might see that some other providers or companies might charge you for. For example, one of them, auto attendant. We give you auto attendant for free. We give you 999 auto attendants that are included, which is ridiculous. You're never going to need that many. So we have the auto attendants, very user-friendly. The auto attendants, you can set up a greeting 3 ways. How do you set up an auto attendant? Give me an idea. How do you set it up? How would you set up a greeting?
Type it in or record it.
Type it in. What do you mean type it in? Tell me about that, Mark.
You go to the damn link and type it in.
You tell the damn link and you type it in. What's great is when you type in the greeting, you can have a professional sounding voice in our system that will play it back. So there's some people that don't want to record their own voice. There's some people that don't have an MP3 or WAV file to upload and listen to. So this way you can type anything you want and it changes instantaneously and you can listen to it. So the auto attendant is included with the service. What else is included? Good question. You also get 150,000 minutes of long distance, which is ridiculous. Who's ever going to use that many? You also get an HD meeting, a dynamic voice recognition web conferencing tool. Get one of those for the account included. You can buy more. So you can have a web conferencing tool for up to 25 users that is included with this service. We're going to show you an example of that when we transition from Office Suite to Kurt when we get into SD-WAN. I'm going to invite him instantaneously through HD meeting, and you'll get to see it up here on the screen. So you get the auto attendant, the long distance, you get the HD meeting. You also get an online fax. You get up to 400 pages included with the service per month, and then you also get a toll-free number, 1,000 minutes per month, all included with your account. It's per account for the Office Suite platform. Now, those of you that sell this to your customers, what's really nice about the Office Suite platform, your customer can order everything online. So once it's set up initially, if they want to order more phones, if they want to order more licenses, if they want to get more HD meeting licenses, they don't have to call you. They can order it very user-friendly here. Guess who gets paid? You do. So every time they click on it and they order something, the little cash register goes off and you make more money. So whoever's account number is assigned to this opportunity for this customer, they're going to get paid for that, which is another nice feature of Office Suite. So let me show you some of the features we have. The first thing I'm going to show you is what's from the user perspective. So we have some standard features that every user can actually use. Now, if they want to use more features, they can, but these are the ones we've seen that are most commonly used. One of the nice features that we have right here is called My Call Twinning. Who's ever heard of twinning? What's twinning?
Where you could have it ring on a cell phone at the same time?
Yes.
Like this one.
Perfect. What's the advantage of that, do you think?
You don't miss a call if you're not in the office.
Perfect. You don't miss a call. So that's one way twinning could be used. So twinning is where they call my desk phone and my cell phone are ringing at the exact same time. I pick it up and I go, hey, Jen, how you doing? And what's really nice is if I'm a car salesperson or if I'm getting close to my office, because we have an office right down the street here in Cypress Creek, I could be talking to Jen, and Jen's asked me a question about something on her company, and I'm walking in the office still talking to her on my mobile phone. I go to my desk phone, I click on the button, and I talk to her, and I open up the file. She has no idea that I just switched devices. I don't have to transfer the call, and that's called My Call Twinning. So it's for the remote user, like you said, very good, where I can answer it right away to ring both devices at the same time, or for that user that's always on the go, in and out of the office, or like a car salesperson that's on the lot that needs to go back to their desk. Because I just bought a car, and that's what my guy had to do. He's like, Bruce, can you wait a minute? I got to go to my office. Can I transfer you? It's like, where's your call twinning? All right, so that's My Call Twinning. The other thing that we have here, which is really nice, is this little button here is called the Quick Connect tab. And what the Quick Connect tab does is it'll give you a complete directory of all your employees for your organization. For every one of my employees, I could see their presence to see if they're available or not. I can do an instant chat with them. I can also do a click to call. So who could tell me what happens when I hit that little icon?
It rings off your tablet?
Yeah, it could ring to my desk phone, and I don't have to pick it up. So I could be in my office, and I could call Fred at the top there, and I could talk to him hands-free right there. I don't have to dial the number. And I could see if Fred's ready. I could invite him I could get in a chat with him. There are also group chats. So it tells me I have 2 chats down here. It tells me how many voicemails I have. And I could also set them up as a favorite if I wanted to, for whatever reason. Who's got those favorite employees that you like in your company? I got a couple. All right, they're all right here. So that's called the Quick Connect tab, so that anywhere within the portal, if they get stuck, they could pull that up. Remember I told you that if you forget a feature and you want to know what it's all about? So these are called widgets, these boxes, and the widgets are like those apps you have on your cell phone. So we try to make it very user-friendly. You hover over the little eye icon, and it tells you what that widget, or when you get individual features, what that feature will do. If that's not enough, how many people are visual? I got to see it. All right. So we have little videos. You can click here, and it'll open up a little video, and it will walk them through a visual of what that feature will actually do. So we have my voicemail, which, by the way, I can check my voicemail here. This is where I could set up, ladies and gentlemen, the transcription. So if I don't have that set up, I could go in there, and I could actually type in, or I could look to see what my voicemails are. I could listen to them, or I could read them, or I could set that up if it's not set up. The other thing we have here is My Call Forwarding. What's nice about the My Call Forwarding feature, how many of you have those people that call you that are irritating? What's funny now is all the sales calls. Well, let me ask this question. Who only has a mobile phone at home? You don't have an actual handset at home. Who just has mobile phones today at home? Okay, all right. So some people still have phones at home. That's good. Well, who's in sales here? We all are, right? So how many people do cold calls, if anyone? Okay, there's a few. Okay, there's some people doing cold calls. Who gets cold calls on their cell phone? I got this one. I'm not going to tell you who it's from because irritating. They've been calling me literally twice a day, every day this week. I don't know if they got a big drive going on or what, but get a clue. So what's nice is if there's that annoying person you don't want to talk to, when I go into my call forwarding, I go into here into selective call routing, and when I click on the button, I could put them into what I call the blocked group. So that I could, and I actually did that with this person on my cell phone. I put their name, and I go, I'm not going to answer that call. So I can do one of two things. I could either here add a rule very easily, and when I scroll down, I could hit specific callers, and I could hit reject call. So every time that person calls me, they hear a busy signal. I go, Bruce, doesn't Bruce have the latest technology? He only gets a busy signal? Yeah, because I don't want to talk to you. Or I could have it go automatically to a voicemail. Or I could send all my calls, the nuisance calls, to Kurt. So now Kurt's got to take all those calls if I want to do that. So that's one rule I could set up. But what's better than that is we have VIP treatment. So I have a treatment where I could have specific callers down here, and I'm going to go out of this for a second. I already have it set up. I'm going to click on VIP. This is a really cool feature that I like to use because who has those clients that no matter what, you want a human to talk to him or her? Who's got those clients? You always want to, no one's got those clients? All right? Everybody's got a client you want to talk to no matter what, don't you? Like they're bringing you the most business, like you're giving me $500,000 a year, I'm answering your call, right? That's called the VIP person. So what's nice is every time I get JC or Norma to call me, I've got it set up where it could go up to 5 locations at the exact same time. So this is great for a sales team. Think of like realtors, for example, where I know my realtor, and I see a lot of realtors have like a team approach, where they might have 1 or 2, 3 realtors working together. So if one is busy, the other 1 or 2 could help them out. This way they can answer that call. So you go up to 5 destinations at the same time if you want, and they can answer the call. But what if all 5 coincidentally are on the phone? You could have it go beyond that. So I could have it go beyond those destinations where it could go to what's called my call coverage. So based on the time of day, I could have different settings that my call will go different ways according to the time of day. So if I'm at lunch, it could go one way, might go to voicemail, it might go forwarded to somebody else, might go to 5 people. Whatever the call coverage is, I could set that up. Now what's nice, don't forget, I'm testing you now. This is a test. When it goes to voicemail, I can still get that call in a matter of seconds. So I'm on an appointment. My VIP calls me, called all 5 people. They're all on the phone. They didn't answer it, so it went to my voicemail. But I can still call them back. Why? What can I see here? I can see, well, I see caller. Remember, the voicemail goes to my phone. I click on it. I see the email. I click on the email. I'm in a meeting. What can I do? I can read it. I can read the voicemail because I got the voicemail through transcription. I could read that voicemail, and I could text them back. Thank you. Text them back and say, listen, I'm in an appointment. I'll call you back in 15 minutes. Good? Good.
What if they're calling you from a landline?
When you say,
Like an office phone, right? A desk phone. You're not going to be able to text them back.
no, but I'll have their mobile phone if they're a VIP, correct? If they're a VIP, I'll have that.
Oh, true.
Right? Right. But good question. You got to stump the guy here, man. Stump me, right? Whoever stumps me gets a prize, by the way. Yeah, you get it. It's a we pen. It's you and me. It's we. All right, it's we. Yeah, like we. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're French. Okay. So that's my call forwarding. Now, this is a hierarchy, ladies and gentlemen. Based on the one that I select from the top down, that's the one that takes precedence. So if this one is enabled, these are not set up except for this one. This will always be set up, selective call routing, because that's going to be for my VIP clients and those blocked people if I want as well. So every time they call me, no matter what I have set up anywhere in this portal, they will always get that special treatment. But if I have this off, do not disturb, that'll be turned on and so forth. Okay, quiz question, other than this gentleman right here. What's call twinning?
When it rings in both places at once.
Yep. So I answer it on my cell.
You can ask on your cell phone, and you could seamlessly transfer, put your cell phone down, and pick it up on your desk.
Yeah, because all you do is click on the button.
And that's free. That's included.
That's included. All that I'm talking about is included with the Office Suite service. We have an Office Suite professional service that everything I've told you so far is included for all those were for the account, but these features I'm showing you are included per seat for every user. That you can't do. That's for twinning. There's another feature that's different, but that feature, the twinning, is only for those mobile remote employees. And I just think of the car salesperson, because where do they spend most of their time? On the car lot. I mean, if they're trying to sell, get in the car, love the car, buy the car, let's go. Or I think of the realtor. Real life me, I've got an office in Miami, office right here off Cypress Creek, office in West Palm Beach, Tri-County area, and I could be back and forth. And it happened twice this week already, where I'm going from Miami to Fort Lauderdale, call comes in, I'm getting close to Cypress Creek, talking to them, they're asking me a question about their opportunity, and I'm like, well, I'm driving, so I keep talking to them, I get in my office, I click on the little button, open up the file, they have no idea what happened. I don't have to say, wait, can you hold on, can I transfer you? I'm still talking to them, so it's really great service for the person that's on the go. But good question, yes?
What are the phones look like, the desk stations?
So the desk phones, hey, Katie, woo, this is our ACC person here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Katie. Come on, hear it for Katie. Woo, Katie. All right, so Katie, they want to know what the phones look like. So I would show you, but if you want to see what the phones look like exactly, I would talk to Katie or this woman right here, Judy Brooke, and they could say you have to see and experience the phones, but we offer different types of phones, Mitel and Polycom, and I would show you the phones, but I'm on the demo, and it disabled it. I didn't do this, but some people, when they show the demo, got like excited, and they would click on a phone to order it, and then all these phones were going in to different locations that we didn't need to have ordered. So they disabled the feature. But, Katie, what would you like to add, if anything, about the fact that we have Mitel and Polycom handsets, and soft phones, by the way, and we have cordless phones?
So, yeah, you're right. Cordless deck sets, we use the BDX series on Polycom and the Mitel phones, and we can actually reuse that. So if we've got customers who have this existing phone, anything that we sell as a new product, we can use again. And then also the ones that we don't sell, the 5,000 and the 7,000, we can reuse as well. Not yet, but that's on our roadmap. Should be soon.
Which, yes,
What platform are you guys using? Are you on Broadsoft?
Broadsoft, correct? No?
It's our own product. Now, HC Meeting does use Zoom, but everything else is our custom own product.
I will say this too about, and Katie, correct me if I'm wrong, don't make me mistake this, but when they originally started the handset, the phones, they had Mitel, and then they encountered a customer that used Polycom. We sell more of the Mitel than the Polycom, but the company was so open to looking at changes, they said, you know what, if we run across people that use Polycom, why don't we add that? So they added the Polycom. They've done that with the features as well. Over time, what we've done is when somebody said, hey, can you do this? We'd say, you know what, well, we won't say no. Let's say, let's look at it, and let's see if there's an option we can do that, and we would incorporate other features. So we have done that as well. What I didn't tell you is this service is good for up to 2,500 users. And Katie, where'd she go? Okay, so I'll just tell y'all, don't quote me on this, but we're going to go up to 5,000 by the end of the year. I don't know what that ETA is, but it's going to be from up to 5,000. So right now it's up to 2,500 users. However, if you have a current opportunity today that's over 2,500 users, we have a UCaaS platform as well. But this is the platform for up to 2,500 as of today. So this is for the individual user that anyone in your company could do. They could do the voicemail, include the transcription. They could do all the different call forwarding features that I showed you, the call twinning. They can also be a part of all sorts of call groups. For example, we have broadcast, where you can put in a bunch of phone numbers, and it could be great for a sales office or an operations office. All those people, their phones will ring at the same time. For salespeople, whoever gets a call wins. You get that prospect. So it's great for companies that they say, hey, you live or die. Whoever gets the phone call first gets that sale. So some companies like that feature of the broadcast. We also have, this is where you'd set up under call groups, hunt groups. You could also set up your rollover options if you have that. There's also a feature where you have an administrative assistant that could manage his or her boss's phone so that when their handset rings, they could actually answer that call. How cool is that? So that they could monitor, it's called monitor, they could monitor their boss's call at all times from their desk set. They set all that up themselves as a user from the call group.
Bruce,
Yes.
is there IVR functionality?
Is there what?
IVR functionality, predictive dialing? Can you load a campaign for sales teams?
Let me hold that question till Katie gets back. Yes. They what? Not stumped yet. We're going to put it on hold, Judy, when Katie gets back, right? All right. Yes. Yes, my dear. Can you park? Okay, so you can park the call and you can answer it through your mobile Office Suite app on your phone. Yes, you could do that.
So if like a salesperson goes out in the parking lot and they said, Mike, pick up 20, then Mike could get on the mobile app and pick up 20.
Yes, so what way that works is what the user can do as well, all of the point and click, they can click on my phones, which you saw that widget. I could change the feature, so if I want a feature on my soft phone or desk phone that says park, I could have that. And I could go to my soft phone and I could, on my mobile device, and I could unpark that call and take it. Yes, I could.
Even though someone in the office parked it?
Even though somebody else parked it, I could unpark that call if I have my mobile application on my my office phone, soft phone, on my mobile phone. Did I confuse you? All right, then I could do that, yes. All right, so I want to show you, how many of you are actually the admin for your customers? Some of you are, okay. How many of you don't want to be the admin for your customers? That'd be everyone else? Raise your hand. I don't want to be the admin. Okay, all right. So what's great about the admin function, your customers can have a very admin user functionality that's very easily to manage and use themselves. They don't have to call you. They don't have to do any of that. I want to show you how easy this can be set up. However, if some of you want to do that, or they pay you for that consulting services, it's easy for you to manage for them as well. So for the admin right here, all I would do very easily is I would go here to create new user. I just simply click on it, and I would put in Judy Brooke. I put in her extension. I would set up all her information a second. I save it, and then I assign her to a profile. We have two profiles that are set up in the system. One is for a standard user, which includes all the features I just showed you. If you want to change that template, you can change anything you want. Very easy as an admin, or the customer as the admin. Or I could set them up as an administrator. So if I set them as administrator, we give the administrator all rights as a template. If you want to change that and give them only certain rights, you can. Or you could have something called sub-admin billing, where the admin has capability only for certain items related to billing, where they can make changes for the billing department. So that's for the admin. Once I create a user, I assign him or her to a profile. Once the profile is set up and I hit save, this is what's cool. They could order a phone themselves online. Once they do that, it would be sent to their location within a couple of days. It's a dummy device. They plug it into the network, and then automatically, because it's a dummy device, it connects to the cloud, to our service, and everything you just set up there in seconds is already set up for the user. So once they're installed, they can add users as long as they want, except when they exceed licenses. And when they want to order licenses, all they do is go right here, and I could click right here, and I could set up my licenses. Right here, I could set up all sorts of things right under here. And I could actually add a license very easily, and that user's set to go. And don't forget, every time they order a phone, every time they order a new HD meeting and a new license, who gets paid? You do. You're right. Now, it's the person that's got your agent partner number assigned to that account is going to get paid. So make sure it's yours, okay? All right. What questions, if any, do you have about what I've shown you so far? Yes?
So, I mean, obviously the portal is user-friendly enough for people who are somewhat savvy with that sort of stuff, but a majority of, especially small business owners, not only aren't necessarily that savvy, but don't have the time to do it. If they want to get a live person to help them with auto attended and recordings and all that, I mean, I'm sure that there's support there as far as,
No, we sell it, we run away. We're not going to help you. If you don't know how to do it, come on. Yes, we do. So what's great about it is, how many people like to call someone? Not a lot of people, right? Sometimes you do, right? I'm going to live voice. Okay. It depends. You could, right? When I'm driving, I'll call you, but when I get out of my car, I don't want to talk. So let's talk while we're in the car. It could be that way. So you can call our 800 number. You can talk to a human being. There's a chat function. If they want to chat, you could do that as well. There's something called community, where there's tons of people that have encountered certain situations or workarounds. They could click on the community if they want to get information, or they could send an email. They could do email, chat, make it very user-friendly to contact us. If they want training, I want to show you this training tab. This is how much training we have beyond the little eye icon I showed you for all the features to see what that does, and the videos to show you and watch how everything works. Now, we have all sorts of training you could set up for. So for startup training, for new users, we have training every Thursday. They just put it to the calendar, and we'll walk you through how to use that and handle questions like we have today. We also do the same thing for admins. Every Monday and Wednesday, you could set up training for any new admins that you have, or maybe you forgot something. If it's Mitel, we have standard users, Polycom, same thing. If that's not good enough, we have more. We have Spotlight training, where based on a certain item where, I'd like to know how to set up auto tenants. You missed that one. We got another one coming. If you want to wait, you can, and we'll give you specialized training, really deep dive on that specific topic. On top of that, we also have this. We have private trainings. If you want us to come back for $99 after we train you the initial time, which we do, we'll come back out there again and go through the whole thing with you again. And then on top of this, there are links that you could click on as an admin, send that link to a user, and it will walk them through how to use any feature they want. Does that answer your question?
yes, but I'm also just curious, what are the support hours for just the standard questions or whatever, Monday through Fridays or weekends?
Katie, excuse me, support hours for help. What are the hours?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get me anytime, so
Yeah. Get Katie's phone number. She lives in Charleston. Everybody write it down, okay? All right. So we'll get that to you, right? We'll get that answer. And then we had another question.
I do have, well, so I had a question that I asked, but I have another question.
What's that question again? Because Katie's here.
So, all right, so it was regarding IVR, predictive dialing,
Yes.
loading campaigns.
So for that, we would probably move you to our Mitel product. We also have a Mitel and my UCAS product. I would go with Mitel.
Okay, and the back-end platform for this is Mitel or Broadcom?
Originally, yes, Mitel, but we completely revamped everything, just the base is Mitel.
Okay. Is it the legacy Shortail, which was or the legacy Mitel?
Legacy Mitel.
Thanks.
Okay, I just thought of some. I'm having a senior moment now. Connectors. So you can connect this Office Suite platform to various other platforms like Salesforce, Skype, Outlook, Office 365, special software for dentists. There's special healthcare software you can connect this to. So that, like for Outlook, for example, you connect it to Outlook, and all of your calendars and your contacts, everything is integrated into the Office Suite platform. So this is really great for like a call center application, where if Jen calls me, pops it up, and it shows me all her information. So I got all the intelligence and intel in front of me that I could use when I'm actually having a conversation with her. So we can set that up for you. You can set it yourself up. There are connectors you can actually order and have them connected through the service, and we'll train you on that. Or you call us and we could train you on it as well. And every time they order a connector, who gets paid? You do, right. So Kurt, if you would come up here for a second. Kurt Hutchinson, the guy with the blue jacket on right there. He's going to come up here and assist me as we walk you through how we're going to set up the HD meeting. So the HD meeting is the web conferencing tool that has dynamic voice recognition. What's really cool about this is that you could have up to 25 users for free, one per account. You can get more licenses. There are 50, there are 500, there's 100, and then there's up to 500 users if you need one that big. That's per HD meeting license if you want more. The one that's included is up to 25 users. So every time we're going to show you how we set this up very easily. So the HD meeting, let's say that I want to invite Kurt to a meeting right now on the spot. You know, I don't want to talk to him on the phone. I'm going to talk to him face to face. So I'm going to invite him to a meeting right now. So I'm going to hit Start Instant Meeting. And I'm going to go down here. I'm going to have my voice through the computer. I'm going to invite Kurt through my email. And you saw it's integrated through Outlook. I'm going to put Kurt's email on here. I send him the link. Kurt's going to get the link. He's going to click on the link. You're going to see him pop up. And he's either going to be shy and have a picture of himself, or he's going to see his live face on the screen. What's nice is it's like Brady Bunch. Every time somebody logs in, you see all the little boxes pop up. If you want a gallery view, which is cool, you can see everybody at the same time. And then you'll see who's talking. If you don't want gallery view, whoever is talking at the time will cover the entire screen. So if you burp accidentally during a meeting, you're going to pop up real quick, right? So you need to be aware of that. That's how intuitive this system is, because it's true voice dynamic recognition. Any noise they hear coming from any user, it pops up for a second, which is really nice. So Kurt is now going to get into SD-WAN, and we want to do the transition using the Office suite. So Kurt, you ready? Yes, sir. Let me minimize this.
I'm just sharing the screen now.
Okay, share the screen. You got it? Awesome. Let me minimize you here. There. All right. So SD-WAN, well, Kurt's getting this picked up. What does SD-WAN stand for? Louder for us?
Software defined wide area.
Very good. What's your name?
Diana.
Hey, Diana. How you doing? Nice to meet you. All right. Software-defined wide area network. We have a really great platform we're going to show you called SD-WAN, where you could have a customer that has current access. Yes? All right. You got it? All right. So what's really nice is we're going to show you through our VeloCloud platform. Kurt, what am I saying, Chris? Kurt's going to walk you through a demo of how we're going to have different types of access and how we're going to listen to maybe a Fleetwood Mac song or something. And you tell me what you hear when it switches from one form of access to another. So we're going to walk you through this.
Maximize the window right there,
Okay?
so you can see the screen.
All right. So you see Kurt's smiling face. When I do an HD meeting, I'll say, please let me see your face. I don't care if you're wearing a hat or you just woke up. Just let me see your face. All right, Kurt.
Yeah, if you'll start and
All right, team. So what we're going to talk about is SD-WAN versus BGP. What's BGP? What? All right. So all you got to know is this is different than BGP, all right? Right. I mean, we do all these acronyms. So basically right here, what we do with SD-WAN is we can have the path set up in what's called active-active mode, which means that if there is some sort of degraded service or any kind of outage at any kind, it'll go from one form of access to another instantaneously. We're going to walk you through that demo. By the way, we usually encourage you to have at least 2 forms of access. Some people could have up to 4 if for whatever reason they want that. Like maybe a healthcare environment might want that added access. You don't have to have it though. The in-flight calls and the IP sessions will always remain active. And the business will continue no matter what sort of degradation they experience or outage. And we're going to walk you through how that takes place. In BGP, you're going to see that the recovery is an active-passive config, which is a little bit different. The failover could cause drop calls and service interruptions whenever there's a failure. Who's ever experienced that with BGP? Raise your hand. No one? Yeah? You're smiling. You have? You have experienced that a few times, right? Okay. How long does the recovery take? How many seconds? Could take too long. So we're going to show you an example of it. BGP typically could take up to 90 seconds for that service to come back up and running, or it could go up to as long as 2 to 5 minutes. For mission-critical applications that companies have today, how much time is 90 seconds or 2 to 5 minutes to lose? It's a lifetime, especially if they're on a life-saving device like in a hospital. That cannot take place. So we must make sure that certain environments applications are up and running no matter what. So what we're going to show you is how SD-WAN might be a little different than the BGP.
In the comparison with BGP is going to drop all your calls, it's going to drop all your sessions. It doesn't know that secondary route's later. So BGP takes over, and when it sees a primary route failure, it takes 90 seconds to reestablish on a secondary route. Once that route's reestablished, after that, then your IP phones can re-register themselves. Your data sessions can start again. So it takes 2 to 5 minutes for customers to fully recover from a primary outage. And when your primary comes back, you start all over again. Yeah, you start all over again. So, good risk.
And the bottom of the SD-WAN will likely replace existing BGP failover that many of your customers might be using today.
Would everyone agree with that statement? That if you can have a product that would seamlessly fail, including call paths and sessions, that BGP is not necessary. Anybody disagree with that? Okay. No more risk? Go out there.
And at the bottom, SD-WAN can use any carrier's IP connectivity for, like I said, up to 4 links for the alternate routing. So if they have existing service, this is a great application. You're not trying to rip and replace, you're just trying to use what you have today, and we're going to show you a great way to keep you up and running and show you an ROI for what you're going to actually spend for this service. All right?
And think about this, you walk into a customer, a lot of times they'll tell you they're under contract. Well, if they have IP connectivity, you don't care if they're under contract or not. Both these products, you can overlay with existing IP connectivity. Any questions so far? Okay, let's jump into what you're actually going to look at. We have Vela Cloud, when we came in, I guess an hour or so ago, brought in an edge device. We have an SD-WAN. The white box back here is the SD-WAN edge device. I don't have very good internet connectivity here, so we don't have a recommended broadband connection or anything like that. We have 2 4G connections. Right when you're done, I'm going to talk about the rebranding. Oh, okay. Right. Jump right through that. Okay, I'm in the edge device now. Your customers can go through Windstream Online, access this device, and do everything that I'm currently doing right now. When it goes directly to the transport group, that's showing up okay. Okay. Start live monitoring of the feeds that we have. You'll see at the bottom there are 2 different links that are displayed. It shows you the status of the cloud and the connectivity. Also shows you the bandwidth on these links at the present time. Small delay, just because we're on 4G and it goes out and comes back in. What you also see now is all the traffic is on circuit on the left. And that is on the primary connection. Nice. This is going across that connection. Cellular connection's off. We have Wi-Fi into the VCE edge. We're going to
So, Kurt, you're going to unplug that, right?
unplug it. You got a timer?
Yes. Well, no, what am I gonna do? Nothing happened. What happened? You unplugged it, right? Right?
But you saw that the connection on the bottom too, for the 4G, the connection's red. We plug that one back in, we're gonna fail to the other one in just a second. Try this again. Give this one just a second to reestablish itself. We'll fail it over to the other connection.
So what Kurt did is he had the two connections active going at the same time, and then he unplugged one of them. When you have something that's going on a connection and you unplug it, what happens? You what? You lose it. So he had the music playing. Who heard the music stop? The music continued. Now, if you're on a cell phone, you might hear like on that, who's ever heard that cell phone, like that half a second delay? You might hear that. Like that little what did she do? What did she say? Just for like a split second. But the connection's still up and running. So now what it's did, it's going to reinstate itself for that other connection. The other thing that's really great about this is that a customer can set up certain applications on one access and other non-mission critical applications on another form of access. So if they want to spread the bandwidth, they could do that as well, very easily through this portal. Kurt?
Let's do the right one this time.
What are we doing?
We're gonna do the correct one. Start the live monitoring again. You see at the bottom? The second 4G connection is active. Okay. All right. Let's unplug the other. Takes just a second. You see the top one now?
It's the soft part of the song.
All right, the traffic is moved to the secondary connection. You see that the traffic is smaller on the other connection because of the peak that we have on the left. But all your traffic is now moved to the secondary connection. Any IP traffic that you have, we didn't do the 90 seconds thing. I screwed that up.
Because it was like, how many seconds did you hear the delay? How many seconds was the delay? How many? How many? None. There wasn't any. So we try to do the 90 seconds just to see if you're counting it, but there's no delay. With SD-WAN, you're basically going to be up and running 100% of the time. Why? Because you've got the active mode going. So if something went down, it could reroute the traffic to the other form of access. Or some people want to have, like I said before, their mission critical applications on one form of access and other non-mission critical, like maybe they want to use Pandora for the lobby, but they don't want that to be on the main form of access, so they might have that on the other type of access.
I did want to say thank you for coming, taking the time out of your day. I know this is a big commitment for you to come in here and do this, but I did just want to take a minute. As you can see, we've got a whole new look at Windstream Enterprise. This is not your father's Windstream anymore. This is a much different animal, what we have right now. We've done a lot of changes. We thought this was the perfect time to do a rebranding of the company. We've split off a lot of things internally. But for you here as channel partners, the biggest message I want to get across to you now is that we have dedicated support internally just for the channel. I have my own engineering department, I have my own provisioning department, I have my own support department, everything strictly for all the channel partners around the country. And that's really important because we no longer have to be lumped in with other groups. We can control what they're doing. This process has taken some time. We've had some lumps, no question about it, but I really think we're getting over that hump to now we're going to be able to provide the type of service that you expect from us. The company's headed in the right direction. I know there's a lot of questions out there about the stock price, what's going on and all that, and I wanted to address that with you also. We've done a lot of changes internally with our financing. We've done a lot of restructuring of our debt. we've got a very long runway now, 4 to 5 years, to get this thing turned around and get it to where we need it to be. So I really wanted to just calm if you had any questions about something like that, I thought it was important to bring that out. These products that we've got now, the Broadview acquisition with the Office Suite, couple that with the SD-WAN product that we have, is really the future of this industry. And it's much different than what we used to do before. You know, the guys who were just slinging T1s, they're gone. I mean, that's just not what we do anymore. This is a much more complex sale where you have to be a consultative type of approach. You have to know what you're talking about. And these kinds of things that, you know, your partner here, TCG, does is extremely important for all of you to stay on top of what you're doing. We're very committed to it. That's why we've done this rebranding, to make sure that everybody understands what our focus is. We're also very, very committed to the channel. I mean, our growth is in the channel. We've grown, since we've done this turnaround, the rebranding, we've grown our sales from January to February 40%, and we're on track to grow another 42% in March. So it's really been a dynamic change for us. But partners like TCG is what keep us going. They do a great job for us. They're very supportive of us, obviously, with something like this. And you know, you really couldn't be with a better group than you are with TCG. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that, because they are a phenomenal partner for us. Yes?
Question for you. So what has Windstream shed? Are they still selling Avaya? Are you still selling other?
We are. What we've shed is really, we've broken off that, what Windstream was originally, that rural telephone company. Okay, we've sort of pushed that into another group. It has nothing to do with the Windstream Enterprise. They're actually, they are still Windstream. It all rolls up to the same guy at the top, but they're actually going to have a completely different name for that side of the company. I'm not, do we know what that is yet? Is it like Connexus or something like that? Something like that. It's really going to be something completely different from what it's been in the past. And that was done by design, because that's really what we want this part of the company to focus on, is the enterprise business.
So the existing customers that were on PBXs are with the whatever they do?
Oh, no. They stayed here. No, they stayed right here with us. That hasn't changed. Now, if they were, you know, and what I'm talking about on that side of the business is, you know, they do a lot of residential. They do, believe it or not, they do direct TV now. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff on that that just shouldn't have been. No. They all stayed right here. But the good news about that is that those customers have now been moved into a group that is solely dedicated to the channel and to channel partners. So that's a real plus.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions? Like I said, I didn't want to take up a lot of, I'm
So if
sorry.
we have like an old STS Earthlink customer that's on their platform and we wanted to move them to this because the contract's up or whatever, we can now convert them completely
Absolutely.
off of that
Yes, sir.
onto this platform.
You definitely can. Just get with Judy right there. She'll be happy to help you with it. And there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of that going on. We have a lot of agents that have huge TDM bases, and they're literally just flipping those over to an Office Suite and an SD-WAN product. And in many cases, it's an interesting dynamic for us as the carrier, because we're actually going to see probably a hit on the revenue side, but we're going to see a much greater hit on the margin side, because it's a much more profitable product for us.
Lose those customers and move them somewhere.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. We're all for it. Yes?
I've sold a bunch of the Broadview Office Suite products to some people, and my biggest complaint was that when they called customer service to get some live support, they were getting an overseas, another time zone call center that was, they couldn't even understand them, their English wasn't really good. Are we gonna, is Windstream bringing
Yes,
more domestic?
we are. The channel support is all domestic now. Yep, that was changed probably about 3 weeks ago. Because I actually had the same question from another partner come up, and we were confused on why he got support overseas. It shouldn't have. It was just a mistake. But yes, it's all domestic now.
Oh, great.
Okay. Cool. Well, good. I don't want to take up more of your time. I know we've got other guys waiting to go on. So just wanted to say thank you again. We appreciate everything you're doing. You've got a great support group here with Judy and Katie and Kurt, and obviously from a training standpoint from Bruce. But whatever you need, let us know. Thanks.